What up, G's? It's your boy Prophet74. Today we're gonna build a Ryzen 7 machine. It's a 2700X machine. If you're not familiar with AMD, we're gonna do AMD all around. Today we're gonna start first of all with the MSI B450M. It's a mortar titanium. Actually, it's a motherboard that we're gonna install on this case. So, if you guys are familiar with the Big O, this is pretty much what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to marry two systems in one, just like Origin did. So, without the technical support from Origin, we're gonna try to do a hands-on build. But first of all, we're gonna start with this. This is a Ryzen 7 motherboard. It could go up to 3,000 for it's desktop ready for actually for the next version of the CPU that we're gonna get it out. So let's open it up first and see what you get. Like the color, like a gray in the back, gray in the front. This is removable, of course. So if you want to remove it for a water cooling system, which we are going to put a water cooling system in here. Now let me give you a little feedback about. Oh, let's see the front of it first before we check out the IO shield. So they give you an HDMI built in, so it has a video card built in, of course. 3.1 jacks, it's Type C audio connection, one of the best audio connections AMD does. MSI always throws a lot of audio support on this one. Ethernet gigabyte support on this one, so not bad. They give you a display port and an HDMI, like I said, and two regular USBs, of course. And they give you these old connections, which is like obsolete now, but you know, people still need them for certain hacks, certain things, you know. The motherboard's simple. It's simple. It's very simple. It's nothing fancy. There is a couple slots in here. There's actually two PLX. I believe this is a 16 and this is a 4. I'm not sure. Let me see. I'll tell you what it is, because sometimes it gives you the information up front. This is PCI 1. It doesn't say what kind of support is, but this is where the actual video card is going to go on, and it's actually extra supported. If you guys see, there's aluminum all around it. These are the grips, of course, for the CPU fan. I might change my mind and not put a water cooling system. I'm not quite sure, but what I like about AMD, they always give you a fan on their freaking CPU sometimes, not always. All right, so we're gonna put the motherboard on the side, and we're gonna continue on. What else do you get in the box? CDs, obsolete. Information, more information about their website, more information about their support and other hardware they sell. These are SATA connection for the drives. They give you information how to lock in your if you have a fan, how to set it up, how to set up the fan. They give you information how to pick up the CPU. IO shield, nice one. And a whole manual. This is the manual you're gonna really need for the jumpers. They give you two slots for the M.2, 1 and 2. So right now we're gonna put it on slot 1, which is this one right here. So let's go ahead and put the M.2 in there, and we're gonna. This is how you find out it's set up, right? If it's leaning this way, like a 45-degree angle, you're good. If you don't get that, then you got to do something and change it. And we're gonna bring in the Resistance. This is a CPU, Ryzen 7 2700X. It tells you right here when you buy it. So let's see what you get. It's a big old box, but they give you the actual. I believe they give you the fan in here. That's why it's so big. So if you don't have a water cooling system, it's okay. These fans are awesome. I mean, they make pretty good fans, you know. Everything's included. They give you everything you need. So you know what? We're gonna keep it as is. So yeah, we're gonna keep it as is. We're gonna keep this fan in there and mount it in there. I like it, so I don't have to open up another box right now. So let me show you guys a little bit. Look at the fan. Now it's a little loud, all right, but it's something you can work with. If you guys see it, they give you everything that you need for the motherboard. I mean, copper is beautiful. This is removable. They lock it in there, and basically this is simple. You don't need any screws. See these little gaps right here? They actually grip onto the corners, and you just raise them up and they lock in perfectly. You don't really have to do a lot of work. They give you actually some of the cement paste, I mean the thermal paste, already included in there, so you really don't need anything extra. Whoa, I just took it apart, so let me make sure I don't touch that part. Just remove these, put them in there. They give you extra connections that you're going to require for the actual this is for LED lighting. It looks like, you know, it's going to light up the whole thing, and you could control the actual lighting if you connect it directly to this system. So there is a way to control these things. In fact, I think there's a couple connections right here. If you guys see it, if you guys could see this, I'm going to open it up here. Here's one connection right there, and there's another one right there. I'm gonna cover it back because I'm not gonna connect them right now. But here, this is where you're gonna control the RGB lighting. That's what it is for. So you could connect in there, and they give you two little slots in there. This was just not that bad. I mean, I like it. I didn't think that this had it. You know, it's just, this is new to me. I had these before, but not like this. This is actually pretty nice that they give you the whole setup. They give you the two connections, if you guys can see, for RGB lighting. Let me see, 1, 2. This is kind of stupid. They don't give you an arrow on here. This is scary shit too. I see that the arrow's here, but I don't want to take my chances. So before I drop it in there, so I see the arrows on this side, and it seems like, yeah, it is on this side. If you guys see it, there's a gap in there. There's a little tiny bit. Let me see if I could bring in the camera closer. That's the closest I can get. And there's an arrow. I can actually see it on the monitor. There's an arrow right here on this side pointing that way, which is not visible, but if you guys can see, there's a gap in there, and there's a bunch of them missing there. So there's a little square in here, if you guys can see it. The little tiny square in there, in here, this part right here. That's where actually the arrows go. So there is a missing gap in there. So we're gonna get the CPU. This is freaking dangerous. This is what I don't like about AMD. They give you these pins. Of course, these pins are dipped in. They have gold. They do have gold because gold is the best conductor of electricity, right? So just let you guys know, they're not. You're not gonna get an ounce out of these. There he goes. Now. It's not moving. That's how I found out I wasn't moving, because it was moving. So it seems like it's in there. It's pointing one direction, and we're gonna close it up, and that's it. It's in there. So testing, test it. It's in there. So we got it. Arrows here. So we're gonna marry the whole system here. I'm gonna put the fan, but before that, I'm gonna see if I could. I'm gonna put the fan now. So I'm gonna try to marry this fan. There's another fan connection here, of course. Let me see if I can marry it. Once it goes in there, it already has thermal paste already. We're not gonna even put thermal paste. We could add more if we wanted to, but yeah, it's already included. If you see that it's not cooling enough, I would recommend you maybe add extra cooling, and that's where you're gonna find out on the system when you turn it on. It's going to tell you how many degrees it is, and if you see it's a little hot, it's because it's not touching the actual CPU. Here, one first, and it did marry. There we go. There's one, and I'm going to twist it so you guys can see a little bit of it. All right, just a little bit, because I don't want to mess up the motherboard or drop the CPU and the GPU. The CPU, I'm sorry. So we're going to do this one in here. And this is the lock mechanism right here. And I'm not quite sure. It goes in this way first. Okay, here it goes. So we're going to put this one in there. There we go. There we go. Now we're gonna lock it. Well, I think it's locked already. Not quite sure. Let me make sure it's locked. Yeah. Oh no. Now we locked it. So it's solid. You have to move it all the way. You have to go all the way to the back so it could be solid. And it's not moving, and it's really in there. So this part right here, I might have put it the wrong way, but I didn't, because we're gonna connect it right here. You guys can see it. It's gonna be connected right next to it, and we could even hide this too. So it's not bad. We're gonna continue with it. So pretty much, I would say 40% done right now.